Good afternoon. I'm Robert Howarth from Asheville, North Carolina. I'm also retired. My career was in electro-optical engineering. I have a Master of Science degree in engineering. I'm a member of the Western North Carolina Physicians for Social Responsibility and a member of the Union of Concerned Scientists. Today I want to emphasize one overriding concern, and that is that we citizens for a long time have been misled by nuclear proponents claiming that nuclear energy is clean and less expensive than other sources of energy. I say this because I recently became aware of EROEI analysis, energy return on energy invested. That analysis illustrates in a study that of 20 feasible energy sources considered, 14 are superior to nuclear. EROEI, also known as net energy, has been defined as the energy delivered by an energy obtaining activity compared to the energy required to get it. In other words, what do you get out of the electricity? How much electricity, energy do you get out of something divided by the amount of energy you put into it to get it? This is an overall efficiency assessment, and it constitutes a whole system consideration. In the case of nuclear, from the extraction of ore at its source, its transportation and processing, the construction and operation of the delivery plant, and the cost of any subsequent waste handling and or disposal. This, I believe, is looking at the whole picture, the way it really is. The same study did a carbon footprint comparison, and it showed that nuclear had the third highest carbon footprint among the same 20 candidates, worse only than conventional coal and tar sands. I have the references. It's true, nuclear doesn't produce CO2 when the plant is working. However, if you look at all the energy that's required putting into it, building it, dismantling it, the whole ball of wax, the carbon footprint of nuclear is not good. I contend that the EROEI analysis should be applied to all projects, especially those that are dependent on taxpayer support. I am concerned that EROEI appears to have been ignored in your work in the EIS. While I recognize that the mission of BRC is not to determine national energy policy, I do think you would be obliged to recommend the use of EROEI as a powerful tool toward your goal of recommending, quotes, recommending a new plan for America's nuclear future. As far as the economics, I believe that investing millions of dollars required to bring online a nuclear power plant is not a good investment. History demonstrates that cost always exceeds initial estimates. Financing is dependent on government subsidy in the form of liability insurance. We've heard about that already today, Price Anderson, what have you. And the 5 to 10 year or more construction time is too long. Other alternative means of power generation can be brought online in less time, provide many more construction jobs for many more companies, are less risky, and do not require large taxpayer liability subsidy, and do not hold a threat to my health, your health, our children's health, and ecological health that is posed by the operation of nuclear plants and the centuries of storing toxic radioactive waste. I think we have to look at a better alternative. I'm happy to say that the United States Department of Energy on January 12, 2012, 7 days ago, released 2 groundbreaking information resources on national hydro, wave, and tidal energy resources. According to those reports, which are called the most comprehensive of their kind to date, these water power resources, if developed, could supply 1/3 of the total U.S. energy demand by 2030. That's not so far away. It would take 4 or 5 years before this place could come online, if it was built, and I hope it's not. But hydro, wave, and tidal are among the best of the 20 sources in the EROEI analysis that I cite. And they are all greatly superior to nuclear, both in terms of what you get out for what you put in and in carbon footprint. And hydro, water, wave, and tidal are free. These are all greatly superior to nuclear. They're being used in other countries as well as some here. Holland uses tidal and wave generation of electricity and has for some years. The technology is there. It's safe. It works. And the nice thing about it is that, another thing nice about it is all of these waterborne, of course, tidal and ocean doesn't take anything out of our rivers. It doesn't put anything in them. All these can support base load demand. And that is one of the reasons we've seen things like solar, and rightly so. Solar is weak in base load demands, and wind power is sporadic. But tides, waves are pretty darn stable and pretty long lasting. So pursuing this, thanks to the U.S. Department of Energy's recent work, this shows us a better path. And I would hope that we would pay attention and put our money, resources, energy, and efforts in that manner. Thank you.